Good morning, friends.
Good morning, sir.
Good
Good
morning,
morning,
sir.
sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. We're all teachers, and you know that our society has given the utmost importance for the teachers. Teacher is considered to be the focal or fulcrum of the society. Okay. He is equated to say, we know, all of us know, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Guru uh, Devo Maheshwara. I mean to say, teachers are given the highest recognition, highest importance. And we are equated to Brahma, Vishnu, and the personality today, as you know, today's topic is personality. Person and personality are inseparable. Okay. And I cannot be separate from my personality. That means a teacher and teacher's personality are one and the same. And we have to have an attractive personality. We have to have the right personality. We have to have the model personality because the entire society observes us. Okay. And if you have an attractive personality, and you should also have the appealing, yeah, to higher values of life. Otherwise, or in contrast, if you have a weak personality, we will fail to deliver our teaching or whatever we are supposed to teach. 1 minute, I think there is some hitch here. Okay, I think now it's correct. Why should teachers have the right kind of personality? Because, say, understanding about personality, or say, before that, I would go a bit details into the term personality. You know that personality is a term which is derived from the Latin word personare, which means to speak through. And this word has been derived or used to denote the mask that actors used to wear in ancient Roman Greece while enacting some roles in drama. That means in earlier Greece and Rome, people while enacting certain roles used to wear masks. Even in our country, okay, you might have seen, say, whenever dramas are held, people used to enact different roles and they have to speak the words of that role. Say, if somebody is playing the role of a Ravana, he'll have 10 heads and he is given a particular script. Okay, that means always, we don't speak our language, our intentions, our motives, but we are uttering the words of the role which we are playing. Okay, that means people used to wear masks. The word personality has been derived from the Latin word personare, which means to speak through mask. Not only in dramas, even otherwise, we always use some mask to speak to others. Okay, not only while playing drama, even otherwise, say, do we reveal our true intentions, true feelings, true emotions? No, we don't. I will come to those aspects later and say that we often use the term personality. We often use the term personality in our daily lives. What do you mean by personality? So you see a handsome guy or handsome girl on a street and say, whoa, what a personality. Or say whenever you hear the names of certain famous personalities or famous persons, I should say, an actor, if I say Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, you say a great personality. Or a social leader, you say Mahatma Gandhi ji, you always say a great personality. That means whenever we hear the names of famous persons, maybe an actor, actress, social worker, leader, freedom fighter, national figure, and we understand that they're all great personalities. That means to say, we identify, or a common man identifies the personality through his or her appearance. I gave you the example. Whenever you see a person, or beautiful woman or a handsome guy on the street, you say, oh, what a personality. That means through physical appearance. We try to assess the personality through physical appearance or through social success. Say a national leader. or a film actor or actress, a social worker, something like that. That means based on the social success of an individual, we try to understand the term personality. Or we also use the word like hardworking, or I mean, we sometimes we use the dominant style of a person to refer or to identify his or her personality. Dominant, cheerful, hardworking, intelligent, introvert, extrovert. Like that, we use the terms, different terms. Okay, there are nearly 5,000 different terms with which we try to identify the personality of an individual. What I'm trying to tell you is a common man identifies the personality either by appearance or through social success or by the dominant characteristic feature of a person. But we academicians, okay, would like to understand personality, or for us, the term personality is different. Not only it is behavior, but it is also the not only the external appearance. Okay, it's not only the external appearance, but behavior. Okay, a layman tries to understand the personality through his physical appearance. But as academicians, we are interested not only in appearance, but also in behavior. When I use the term behavior, again, we use the term behavior every time, okay, many times a day. But what is this behavior? Behavior is the reaction of an individual to the environment in which he or she finds himself or herself. Okay, behavior is the reaction. How do we react? Okay, determines our personality. Not only the physical appearance, but also the behavior. How do we react to different situations? Second factor is the inner awareness of self as permanent organizing force. First is not only the appearance, but also behavior. Second is the inner awareness of self. What is this inner awareness of self? That means, what do you understand about yourself? Or what do you think about yourself? So if you ask a question, where am I? Immediately you get the answer, where are you? Okay. If you ask, who am I? What am I doing? All these things. Inner awareness of self. Okay, I'm so and so. I'm related to so and so like this. Okay, that is inner awareness of self. For example, say you're talking to your children. Yes, the approach used by you would be totally different. You talk to your parents. Yes, the approach used would be different. You talk to your wife or husband, the approach used by you would be different. Why do we use different approaches when we transact with different kinds of people? Because of the inner awareness of self. When you are talking to your parents, you understand that you are a daughter or a son. Your mind would say, yes, you are the daughter or you're a son. That's why your approach is different. Or while you are talking to your students, you are aware that you are the teacher. Okay, you'll be talking to your students as teachers. Therefore, your approach will be different. Okay, say I'm making you, or I'm trying to make you understand the term inner awareness of self. That means, what do we understand about ourselves? If you think that you are the smartest guy, then your behavior will be different. If you think you're the most intelligent guy, then you look down upon others. Okay. So what you think about yourself will be expressed through our behavior under different circumstances. Therefore, not only the physical appearance, but also behavior. Second factor is the inner awareness of self as permanent organizing force and particular organization. Third factor is particular organization of measurable traits. We have n number of traits, and these traits are interlinked, or these traits have got a network of their own. Okay, and each network is different. Even say all of us have n number of traits. Okay, say these traits are more or less common. More or less common. You become angry. Sometimes you are happy. Sometimes you feel sorrow. All emotion. As human beings, we all have emotions. All sorts of emotions. They're all common. Okay, but the network of these traits is different among different individuals. Therefore, say we are different. So one of the objectives of understanding personality is to understand why do people behave as they do. I would repeat the sentence. Why do people behave as they do? It's $1 million question which has not been answered. Okay. Say we do not reveal our true emotion. Just, say for example, you go to your friend's house at 1 o'clock, let us say, and they invite you for the lunch. Whether they like you coming at 1 o'clock or not, they invite you for lunch. What would be your answer? The majority of you would say, no, I'm not feeling hungry. I had a heavy breakfast. Therefore, right now I'm not in a position to take lunch. Thank you for your offer. Say you are hungry. You are hungry, but you are telling that you are not hungry. See, that's what say our behavior and feelings do not match. That's why I said in earlier, in the beginning, always we wear a mask. Say, for example, your friend, as a student, you might have experienced that your close friend gets 5% extra. Higher marks. Are you happy? No, you are not happy because you thought that you are intelligent than that guy and you should have scored 5% more, but he or she has scored 5% more. You are not happy. But what do you say? How do you express? You congratulate him or you congratulate her. But what you would be thinking in your own mind? Yeah, let me see next semester. I will score 5% more than this guy. Okay, you don't tell that, but you congratulate and you wish him all the best or wish her all the best. Okay, this is how our behavior is. And no two individuals are alike. Okay, given the same situation, okay, there are say 30 and odd participants. Say the feelings or sincerity or the way which you are listening to the lecture is totally different from the rest of the participants. Your sincerity, your commitment is different from the rest of the participants. Okay, that's some say why do people behave as they do. If you understand the personality concept of personality, we try to understand, or I told you it's $1 million question. We say, for example, mind is called black box. Human mind is called black box. Have you heard the term black box? Some of you might have heard the term black box. So it is used in the aircrafts. This black box is used in aircrafts. Whenever there is an accident, flight accident, people will search for this black box. Why do they search for black box? Because this black box will contain the details. At what height the flight was moving, at what speed the flight was moving, what was the technical error for which it has been met with an accident. Say all the details are available in the black box. That's why people search for black box. And I am equating human mind to a black box. Say nobody can make out what are your feelings right now. What are your feelings right now? We cannot make. I say you are taking a class. There are 60 students. Do you think all the 60 students listen to you? No. Some of them maybe, physically maybe in the classroom, but they would be thinking something else. Okay. And say, and you don't know whether your lecture is interesting or not. Even I don't know. Right now, I don't know whether my lecture is interesting or not. But I'm saying you would be thinking what this fellow is barking, some useless things. Okay, some of you might be feeling like that. I don't know. I say if you or I know the true feelings of the students or participants, then nobody can be. Nobody can stand before the students. Students might be thinking, say they would be looking at their watch often. Okay, 1 minute becomes 10 minutes for them. Okay, it's like that. Okay. And therefore, we need to understand. By understanding the concept of personality, we would be able to understand ourselves. What are our feelings? Say, how do we behave, or what should be our behavior? And this personality is a broad, amorphous designation relating to the fundamental approaches of persons to others and themselves. Okay, what is personality? Personality is an broad, amorphous designation. Okay, that is, say it doesn't have any shape, it doesn't have size, this concept of personality doesn't have shape or size or anything. Okay, it's a broad amorphous designation relating to fundamental approaches of persons to others and themselves. Basically, I mean, in simple terms, I should say what we feel about ourselves and what we feel about others is personality. Okay, and what you feel about yourself will influence your behavior. That is personality. And say personality always is defined in terms of behavior. How do we understand personality? We try to understand personality to a certain extent by the behavior expressed by the individuals. So, I mean, that means, I mean, say the personality is understood or equated to the behavior, and it represents unique interaction of various, integration of various traits. I told you, we have a number of traits, and these traits are having a definite network, and our behavior represents our personality, or our personality is the result of this integration of various traits, and it refers to fundamental qualities of an individual personality. All of us have got personality. Say weak personality, strong personality, good personality, bad personality, model personality, right? Say you use any term, okay? All of us are individuals, all of us are persons, all of us should have some personality, some or the other kind of personality, and this personality is unique. Okay, you are the only person on the earth like you. There is none other than like you on this earth. Be happy, satisfied or be happy. Okay, and it personality develops as a result of both heredity and environment. I will come to those aspects later. I mean, both environment and hereditary factors play in the construction of our personality. And I told you it is unique to individuals, and it is dynamic and gets modified with learning. This is very important. Okay, our personalities are flexible, our personalities can be modified because personality is dynamic, personality is changing over a period of time. You say the thought process right now you have was not there say a few years back. Your attitude, your learning, say values are different when compared to your own values 5 years back. 5 years back you thought something, now you are thinking something. Okay, your thought process is totally different, your interests are different, your preferences are different. Why your interests are different? Okay, so because you have learned, because of your experience. Okay, over a period of time we get so many kinds of experiences, and if you are a serious fellow, if you are a conscious individual, then you learn from your experiences. We learn from our own experiences. Many a time we tell ourselves, I should not have done like that, I should not have done like this. Okay, that means you are correcting yourselves, and in future I should not do like that. Okay, that means your personality or your behavior undergoes a modification. And say that's the greatest point. Okay, so why should we study personality? Because say we can change our personalities, we can be totally a new person. I would give one or two examples here. Yes, all of us have heard of Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, M.K. Gandhi, or Mahatma Gandhi, as he is popularly known as. Do you know that Mahatma Gandhi was a greatest failure as a lawyer? He could not handle his first case. Okay, he could not utter a single word in the court, and he transformed himself into a great leader, international or world leader, I would call. Okay, world over, Mahatma Gandhi's birthday is celebrated. Mahatma Gandhi is being studied by the students at various levels at all over the world, I would say. That means a person who is failure as a lawyer has become the father of the nation. That is the change that he has undergone. Okay. Yes, all of you have heard of Buddha, Gautama Buddha. Okay. Yes, he was the princess. He was the prince of a nation or a country, and he has been brought up in a totally different environment. He sees an old person. He sees one day he sees a dead body, and say like that. He gets transformed himself. Okay. by seeing, few incidents, say a old person, a person with illness, a dead body, something like that. He changed himself to, he wanted to find solution for this human suffering. And Siddhartha becomes later on Gautam Buddha. What a transformation. Yes, all of you have heard of Valmiki. Valmiki was a Ratnakar and he was a dacoit. And he was living in the forest and he meets with Narada and Narada says something and ultimately, you know the story. I don't go to the stories because all of you are familiar with such stories. Not only that, you have heard about Angulimala, he was also a dacoit. He meets Buddha and gets converts into a Buddhist monk. Okay, that why I'm telling you is, say, we can change our personality. Okay, if you know about your personality and if you also know about the right kind of personality, yes, we can become a model individuals or people with model personalities, because every job needs a particular kind of personality. As teachers, okay, in the beginning itself, I told you, this society recognizes or has given highest value, highest respect to the teachers, and we are supposed to have a model personality. Whenever your students look at you, they should feel that, yes, I should become a person like him. I should become a person like her. That should be your personality. Okay. That's what the personality of a teacher is very important, because it is the teacher who teaches or who constructs the society. Okay. If I say, for example, I will come to those aspects later. Okay. This personality influences what we think. Say, personality influences what we think. Say you are in the classroom and a student comes 10 minutes late, your class. What do you think? I know most of the teachers blame that student for having come late to the class. Am I right? You're not happy. You think that it is disrespect shown to you. Say, I am taking the class at 10 o'clock and this fellow is coming 10 minutes late. What does that mean? Okay, that's how you feel. Okay, and you blame that fellow for another 10 minutes. Say, we don't understand the difficulties or the hardships that the student has undergone to come to the class. Say, he has to say catch 2 buses to come to the college, and bus is not in his hands. Okay, the timings of the bus may vary. Say, he comes to the bus stand at 8 o'clock, he sees the bus moving there and he has to catch the next bus, which is half an hour late, something like that. Okay, that means we do not understand the reason for being late and simply we blame for 10 minutes. What happens when you blame 10 minutes? Okay, not only you're blaming the 10 minutes for that student, you also consume 10 minutes of other 59 students. 59 students will have to watch you blaming that guy. That means their 10 minutes are wasted. Okay, if you understand, oh, he or she may have some problem, that's why he or she has come 10 minutes late. You are saving yourself. Okay, when you blame a student, you become emotional, your blood pressure will increase. Okay, so you say, I'm 64 years and I don't have any ailments because I have practiced over a period of time. Okay, yes, if student is late, yes, let him be late. Say, it is his business, or it is, say, he may not like my lecture. Okay, or say, there may be some reason for his being late. Why should I bother about that? If you think like that, you save the 10 minutes of other 59 students. You'd be teaching something else, something useful. So you cannot make students set right. You cannot set right the students' behavior by blaming them. Okay. Say you tell your students to work hard. Do they work hard? I don't think. Okay. Unless they consider you as the model, they don't follow your words. Take it for granted. Unless they think that you are the model. First you work for 10 hours and then tell your students to work for 10 hours. Yes, certainly there is a meaning in it. I don't go into the stories because, say, the time given is very limited. Already 30 minutes are over. Even I have not calculated what is personality. Okay, say we cannot change other people by blaming. Okay, Say, I mean, our thinking, thought process is influenced by our personality. Our value system is influenced by our personality. Okay. Say, you're traveling in an auto and the auto fare is, say, it is 46 rupees. You give the auto fellow 50 rupees, say, and he doesn't give 4 rupees back. He will say, I don't have change, sir. Even though he has change, okay, assuming that he has change, he don't give back the change. What do you think? All these auto fillers are like that. All auto drivers are like that. You come to a conclusion that all auto drivers are like this. Okay, that means that is their value system. That's how you try to interpret. That means it is not may not be right. Certainly, he may not have the change to give it back. Okay, but we think like that. Our thought process is influenced. Our value process is influenced. Our expectations are influenced by our personality. Okay, if you have the right kind of personality, your expectations would also be right. I would give you an example of a manager. Say there is a manager and he gives a dictation to a typist. Typist is also has 20 years experience. She has got 20 years experience, and the manager gives some dictation and asks her to type the letter and bring it back. When the typist brings back the letter, he sees that there are 4 or 5 mistakes. Say, if the manager has the right kind of personality, he should understand, yes, this typist is SSLC passed, she doesn't know the spelling, she doesn't know the grammar, therefore there are mistakes. Say, he should correct the mistakes and say, she should give it back. Okay, please bring another copy by correcting these mistakes. There ends the matter. But what he does? What does he do? He will blame the typist. Say you have so much of experience, you don't know the difference between THERE and THEIR, you don't know. Say for 10 minutes he blames. Say that's not the right kind of personality. Our expectations, I mean, say, wow, say our expectations about students, our expectations about our colleagues, our expectations about our society would be different if you have the right kind of personality. Always you should think in putting your leg into others' shoes. Okay, then only we understand what are their problems. Or say, I mean, our expectations, our values, our thought process are all influenced by our personality. Therefore, we have to have the right kind of personality, and our adaptability, our acceptability, our relationship, above all, our success depends on our personality. Say, if you are to be considered as a good teacher, yes, you should have the right kind of personality. Students accept you. Students follow you. Students would like to talk to you. Okay. And say your relationship and your success, total success depends on your personality. Okay. What are the factors which influence the personality? And I mean, there are different factors which influence the personality of an individual. And there are mainly 4 factors which influence the personality: biological factors, cultural factors, family and social factors, and situational factors. Coming to the biological factors, okay? When I take biological factors, so most of our features, physical and psychological, are inherited from our parents. Okay, most of our traits are inherited. Most of our physical and psychological characteristics are inherited from our parents. Say you are beautiful. You cannot claim that you are beautiful. It is not your, asset, or you cannot claim that it is yours. It is given by your parents. Your beautifulness is borrowed or is a gift of your parents. You are tall. Don't claim that you are tall. Be happy. It is the gift of your parents. Whether you are short or tall, fat or skinny, handsome or ugly, black or white, whatever your physical feature is all about is the gift of your parents. You have nothing to boast of, but your physical appearance has got a greatest influence on your self-awareness. Say, as a kid, you say, say people come and say, I mean, say when you are a kid, okay, what happens? Say whenever guests come to our houses, they see you, and our parents will tell, yeah, say you have that learned that some poem, you recite that poem, you tell that poem, and they make us even we do that mistake or we do that act. Okay, whenever guests come to your house, you make your children to exhibit their talents. Okay, or he or she will made to recite a poem, and the child will say, Baba, black sheep, have you any wool? Okay, and the guest would say whether they like that poem or not. Okay, whether they like that poem or not, they appreciate the kid. Oh, your kid is very smart. Your kid is or your child is very intelligent. Okay, or she is very fair, something like that. What happens? That influences our thought process. As a kid, you experience people appreciating you as a smart guy, intelligent guy, okay, and whatnot, okay, and all these things will go to your mind. Oh, I am beautiful, I am intelligent, I am so and so. All these things will influence your thought process. Okay, when you think that you are so and so, immediately that thought process will influence our behavior. Okay, that's why I mean our physical appearance. And how do we understand the personality of an individual? For the first time, we try to understand the personality by their appearance. Okay, therefore, this physical appearance is one of the factors which influence others' perception about you and also your perception about yourself. Then second biological factor is the brain. Okay, the brain has got a significant role in shaping our personality because everything is controlled, managed, and directed by our brain. Okay, so I mean, I'm saying you see something. Yes, hope all of you are looking at me. Okay, and say you ask a question. Say, who am I listening to? Immediately the brain will tell, yeah, you're sitting in the class, you're listening to so and so. Okay, that means it's the brain which tells you. You eat something, salt, sweet, or sour, whatever it is. Whenever you put something into your mouth, the taste buds will send the intimation to the brain, and brain will tell, yes, you are eating some sweet, or the whatever that you are eating is sour, it is hot, something like that. It is the brain which analyzes, interprets, and tells. Okay, therefore, or whether it is a smell, say you are passing through some canteen or a hotel, and some smell comes to you, and you recognize that smell. Oh, this is the smell of pisi bede bath. Or this is, I mean, some of you say if you are a non-vegetarian, you can easily identify the smell of a biryani or something like that. Okay, and you, oh, who tells that this is the smell of, say, biryani or bisi bede bath? Your brain will tell you, okay, this is that smell. Okay, or whether it is smell, touch, or taste, vision, or audition, whatever you are listening, okay, is sent to, all the intimation is sent to your brain, and the brain will tell, oh, this is what it is. Therefore, brain is another biological factor which decides your personality. Okay, our emotions are controlled by our brain. Okay, therefore, brain is another very important factor which determines our personality. Okay, then cultural factors. Okay, culture is the complex of beliefs, values, traditions, and norms of a society. Okay, culture is the complex of the beliefs, values, traditions, and norms of a society. Say beliefs. Yes, our beliefs are different. Some believe in Rama, some believe in Krishna, some believe in Allah, some believe in Christ, and something like that. Okay, our beliefs are different. Why our beliefs are different? Because we have been brought up in different cultures. Okay, our beliefs are different. Okay, our values are different. Some people give value for money, and some people give value for the relationship. Some people do not mind, even if the relationship is cut off. No, I don't mind about that relationship, but I want money. Okay, our beliefs our values, our traditions. Say some people, celebrate Dasara, Deepavali. Some people they celebrate Christmas, and some others celebrate say Eid Milad or Muharram, something like that. Okay, our traditions are different. Our norms of behavior are different. Okay, we have been brought up even in the same environment. Okay, in the same environment, our cultures are different, and our culture will dictate our behavior. Say you're walking on a street and you are hungry. Say to your right there is say some non-vegetarian hotel, and to your left is some vegetarian hotel. Whether you enter non-vegetarian hotel or vegetarian hotel is decided by your culture. Okay, culture has got a very great impact on our personality. Okay, the food we eat, the dress we wear, the festivals we celebrate, the gods and goddesses we worship are the results of our values and our culture. Our culture has got a great influence on our personality. Okay. Then the third factor is the family and social factors. We've been born and brought up in different family environments. Okay. And I would say, I told you, your students will not listen to your words, but they look at your behavior. Okay. They look at your behavior, then they decide whether to accept his words or her words or not. Okay. Like that, as children, say our personality is shaped by the people in the family, our parents. Okay. Say all of us might have played. Okay. Whenever we are kids, okay, we try to behave like elders. Okay. A boy may try to, would like to have or would like to have, say, pant and shirt. Okay. Or a girl might say, take a towel, and she may feel that this towel is itself is sari, and she may walk at home as if they want to imitate their mother, something like that. Okay, we try to imitate our elders. That means we learn from our elders. Whatever that happens, the beliefs of the family or the thought process of the parents would influence ourselves. Say we are we are talking, and there is a child, and this child will listen to the parental talk. The parents are talking that the neighbor is a bad fellow. Parents are talking that the neighbor fellow is a bad fellow. And what this child will understand? Oh, neighbors are not good. See, this is how we imbibe the parental qualities or parental thought process, I should say. Okay. And different families have got different, say, environments. For example, just I would like to compare a Hindu family and a Christian family. Okay. It's just an opinion or an example. Okay. Say, in Hindu family, there are more controls, traditions when compared to a Christian family. Okay. In Christian families, more of freedom is seen. Youngsters are given more freedom in Christian families when compared to a Hindu family. Okay. If you are a girl and you are not at home by say 5 o'clock, you are supposed to be home at 5 o'clock. If you are not at home by 5 o'clock, then your mother will worry. Oh, why did she not come today? She is late. Okay, that's how the thought process is. Okay, our family will influence our personality, and our personality starts getting. We start learning about our personality when we start identifying ourselves. When we start identifying ourselves and other family members, a child of 2 or 3 months would recognize the family members. Say you go to your friend's house and there is a kid of 3 months and you want to take that child, but will it come? No, it doesn't understand. It doesn't understand who you are, etc., etc., etc. But it always feels that I am secure in the hands of my mother. And even if you show so many attractions, it will not come to you. At least just it will turn its head. It can't speak, okay, but it will turn its head and say, I don't come to you. Even if you forcefully take that child, it starts weeping. That means already the identification process has started. When we start identifying ourselves with the other members of the family, the identification process starts, and this identification process will influence our personality. That means we start observing the behavior of the family members. I mean, whether consciously or unconsciously, we are trying to imbibe the qualities of the members of our family. Then the socialization process. Okay, socialization process is the process by which individual infant acquires enormously wide range of behavioral patterns. Okay, so how are we being socialized? Our parents will guide, control, modify, direct our behaviors. Okay, say, I mean, all of us are, I think a majority of you have your own kids. Say some guest is coming to your house and you instruct your child regarding its behavior when the guests come to home. Don't behave like a monkey. Don't try to snatch the snacks given to the guests. Okay, you should be silent. You should not talk. Okay, say there is a big list of do's and don'ts. When I mean, we always tell our kids to behave in a particular way and not to behave in a particular way. Or we are taking our children to others' home. Then also we give instructions. Okay, you should sit silently. Don't behave like a monkey. Something like that. Okay, there is again a big list of do's and don'ts. This is how our personalities are built. This is how our behaviors are modified. We know what is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is not good, what is moral, what is immoral. Say what to do, what not to do. All these things are taught to us by our parents. Okay, through socialization process, and this is having a greatest impact on our personality. Then the last factor is the situational factors. Every individual faces situations in his or her life which teaches to modify their behavior. Okay, whenever we have an experience, okay, yes, that experience will become part of our brain if you are conscious. Okay, say we learn things or we learn new things only when we are cautious. Okay, therefore, I mean, this environmental factors, whenever we have experience, yes, our experience will tell, yes, I should not have done like that. I mean, that by observing the reaction for our behavior, we tend to modify our behaviors. And the concept of personality has been a very interesting for the people. Say, I mean, say there is you go to some museum. Let us say you go to some museum, and people say, I mean, yeah, you can see all these rooms, but you should not enter only one room. This room is locked. This is not for public view. Then what you think? Say, I mean, you develop some interest, some curiosity. What is there in this room? Okay. Say, we are not allowed in this room. What is there special? What is special in that room? That's human nature. Okay. And likewise, the concept of personality has been a matter of interest for many behavioral scientists and psychologists. Okay, therefore they want to know how this the personality is shaped. And many people behavioral scientists have worked on the concept of personality. Just I would give you only one theory of personality, which is the first theory on the concept of personality given by the Sigmund Freud, who is called the father of psychology. Sigmund Freud was a clinical therapist with his 40 years of experience. He tries to analyze, so what is this personality? Why do people behave as they do? He wanted to know. Okay, then, I mean, with his experience, he classified the mind into three elements. And these three elements are preconscious, conscious, and unconscious element. Preconscious, and 1 minute, I have a call. I just okay. 1 minute. Yeah, he classifies the mind into three elements: preconscious, conscious, and unconscious. Preconscious element can be known only through Freud's association method. Freud developed an association method through which we can identify what is the reason for a particular behavior. Pre-conscious, I mean, say we cannot make out what our pre-conscious mind is or what is pre-conscious element, okay? And the second one is unconscious. Unconscious, I mean, we are also not aware of unconscious element, but our dreams will reveal the unconscious thought process, okay? Whatever we wish, say all of us will have dreams, you know, and through dreams our unconscious mind is known. Many times we don't remember our own dreams, okay? And the conscious element is concerned with thoughts, beliefs and desires that we can learn about ourselves through introspection. If you ask a question, where am I, immediately get the answer. What am I doing, immediately get the answer, okay? This is conscious element. And Freud classifies the mind into three basic structures, and these structures are id, ego and superego. Just to have a broad understanding of the term personality, I'm just discussing only one theory of personality. That is, I mean, he developed an organization of personality consisting of three structures. They are id, ego and superego. What is, I mean, these parts of the mind are primarily responsible for originating actions, reactions, and modifications. So these three, id, ego, and superego, are the different structures in our personality, in human mind. So the id is the most basic system of human personality. It is the foundation of human personality, and it consists of everything. Okay, it consists of everything that is psychologically inherited and present at the time of birth. Okay, whatever the traits, say I told you in the beginning, we inherit lots of traits. Okay, our behavior, thought process are all borrowed or all gifted from our parents. That's what I said. Okay, I mean, it consists of everything psychologically that is inherited and present at the time of birth, and these traits will also be there till we die. Okay, it is the most basic foundation of the concept of personality, and it's like, I mean, say on this id all the other structures are built, and this is primitive, this is elementary. Okay, this id is elementary, childish, it is childish, okay, and it is governed by the principle of greedy and pleasure. As human beings, we always seek pleasure. We always are greedy. Say, now all of you are employed. Before that, what you were thinking? Your majority of you working in some private colleges, okay? And even say some of you might have changed 2 or 3 colleges or several colleges. Okay, this college gives 10,000 rupees per month. If there is an offer at another college for 15,000, yes, without telling this management, you would have gone to the other college. That's how we behave. Okay, why? Because so we are greedy. We would like to have more. Say, as a student, you had a cycle. Now you have a car. May hope you have a car, or say you have a bike. But your wishes will not come to an end. Say you would like to have a bike. Oh, sorry, you have to have a car. After having a car, yes, you would like to build a house. Or say like that. Say wishes or our expectations or our aspirations are, there is no limit for our desires. Okay, we are too greedy and pleasure seeking. Always we seek the pleasure. Say, when do you submit your IT returns? Say, during the last week of, say, if it is September 30th, then you will see the last week of September, you are busy in submitting your IT returns. Or as a teacher, you give homework to your students. And you say, yes, you have to submit the assignment on November 2nd. When do your students write the assignment? On 1st November, because tomorrow they're supposed to submit their assignments. Therefore, on 1st November, they sit and say, of course, say they blame the teachers for having given the assignment. Anyhow, they write their assignment on 1st because the 2nd is the ultimatum. Or some of the students write on the morning of the 2nd. Okay, sitting in the last bench, they would be writing the assignments. And you as a teacher teaching something and you observe that last bench student is writing everything, you're very happy. That see, he or she is noting down whatever I'm telling, but he or she will be writing his or her assignment. Okay, that means what I'm telling you, trying to tell you is we are greedy and we postpone. Okay, tomorrow again I will come to you to tell you about time management, how we postpone doing certain things. Okay, yes, because we are greedy and it is free from all inhibitions. Okay, it is childish. Whether child knows or has any inhibitions, okay. Say, I mean, as a child, it refuses to wear the knicker, for example, okay. It doesn't want to wear the knicker because it doesn't have any inhibitions, okay. Because we have so much of inhibitions, we try to project ourselves in different ways, okay. It is childish. Say, for example, you take a child to a jatra. What this child will do? Child will ask for everything. Say there is a sweet stall selling sweets and there are so many germs sitting on that, but the child wants that sweet only. If you tell your student, I mean, you tell your child, yeah, you have a better sweet at home, but it won't agree. No, I want this sweet only. Or there is a toy which is not good. The child wants that toy only. That means it's childish. This ego is childish. It doesn't have any inhibitions. Okay, it is irrational. Okay, it doesn't have any rationality. But as we grow, we develop certain rationalities. Okay, for example, say, I mean, your friend comes with a new dress. What do? When your friend is wearing a new dress, what do? Yes, you give him or her a new pinch. You pat on his or her back. Okay, given a chance, you hit him. No, I should not use the word pat. You try to hit him or hit her. What does that mean? It is the mildest way of showing your dissatisfaction. It is the mildest way because see, we are all rational, we know. Okay, I am unhappy. Why am I unhappy? Because I am wearing a old dress and your friend is wearing a new dress. I am unhappy. And by patting on her back or by pinching, how do you pinch? She or he should say, ha. Then only you are happy. Otherwise, you are not happy. Okay, that is the mildest way of showing our unhappiness. Okay, it is irrational. It is never satisfied. Okay, say we are never satisfied. Okay, all of you know about Maslow's need hierarchy theory. Okay, say we try to satisfy our different needs: physiological needs, safety needs, social needs, esteem needs, self-actualization needs. Okay, and self-actualization needs, say none of us can satisfy our self-actualization needs. For example, Ambani's, take the example of Ambani's. They have thousands of crores of property, but that Ambani will work more than what you work. You will sleep for conveniently, you sleep for 8 hours, 8 to 9 hours, but those Ambanis will sleep for 4 or 5 hours. Okay. So you are happier than that Ambani, but you don't recognize that. Okay. You always look at Ambani, oh, he has so much of money, so much of wealth, I don't have. If you think like that, you are unhappy, that's all. Okay. Anyhow, say what I'm trying to tell you is it is never satisfied. It is never satisfied. That's why we work. Otherwise, we would not have worked. Okay. So what is required for living? Yes, you need minimum clothes, minimum food. Say if you have the funds enough for 3 meals a day, that's more than enough. But do we stop at that point? No. We would like to have so many dresses. We would like to have a house. We would like to have a car. We would like to have so many things. Okay. It is never satisfied, demanding and destructive. Always, say we don't tolerate others coming up. We don't tolerate others coming up. Okay. If your colleague is liked by your students, you are unhappy. You want your students to like you. Okay. That's say we are not happy. We are demanding and destructive. And this is raw. It is animalistic. It knows no laws. It obeys no rules and remains basic to the individual till or throughout his life. This id will be there with us throughout our life. Okay. And the second structure is ego. Ego develops when we learn to separate good and bad or unreality from reality. Say all of us know what is reality. So whenever you are able to distinguish between fact and fiction, what is fact and what is fiction, yes, ego develops. And all of us know what is real and what is not real. Therefore, all of us have got that ego, and it is the reality part of thinking, or it is reality part of the mind. Okay. So, I mean, whenever you want to do something, and your ego, I mean, id wants you to do something, and your ego will tell, no, this is not good. You should not behave like this. Say, for example, you find a pen while you are teaching in the classroom, and you find a pen, and what do we do? Yes, we pick that pen and say, there is a pen, whose this pen is, and we give it back. So assume that you are the last person to leave the class, and you find a pen. What do? Yes, we take the pen, look here and there. If nobody is looking at us, yes, we keep that pen. The value of the pen may be 2 rupees, okay? But I'm telling you the human behavior, okay? It dominates your behavior, okay? When ego dominates your behavior, you are rational, okay? Yes, this is not good. Say you find, say, 100 rupee note, and you pick it and keep it for yourself. That is there, it dominates your behavior. When you want this 100 rupees to give it back to the owner, then ego dominates your behavior. See, it is largely practical. Ego is largely practical, and it is rational, logical, and conscious mediator between realities of the world and its demands. It would demand so many things. Okay, always there will be a fight between id and ego. Id, ego, and super ego, I should include. Okay, this super ego represents the noblest thoughts, noblest ideals, noblest feelings, okay, that are acquired through parents, teachers, friends, religion, culture, etc. Okay, there are 3 things: id, ego, and super ego. Super ego is the noblest thoughts. So you see something, and you would like say he or she becomes the model. I should become like him. I should become like her. I tell my students in the classroom, we are all examples. Either we are good examples or bad examples. Okay. Say in your neighbor, there is a boy, Ramu. Ramu is a good boy. Ramu is studious. Ramu goes to school regularly. He studies regularly. Always stands first in the classroom. He always comes first. Then what do you advise your child, your son or your daughter? You give the example of that Ramu. See that Ramu. You should become like Ramu. Okay. This is what you advise your child. Say the neighborhood Ramu is a bad guy. He doesn't study. He doesn't go to school. Always fails. Then what do you advise your child? Don't become like Ramu. Okay. If Ramu is good, if Ramu is studious, if Ramu is hardworking, he becomes a good example. If Ramu is dull, if Ramu is not studying, he becomes a bad example. That means either we are good examples or bad examples. And as far as possible, we should try to be good examples. Okay, that's what I'm telling you. I mean, we should have the right kind of personality or model personality. This is only, I mean, of course, there are many theories of personality. Just for a reference, I gave you only one theory of, personality. Coming back to, say, why should we, I already told you, this personality can be changed. We can change our personality. And I give you the example of Mahatma Gandhi or many, there are many examples. Even, so I would like to give you an example of Sachin. All of you know Sachin Tendulkar. This Sachin Tendulkar was given Bharat Ratna Award in 2014. Okay. In the mid of his career, say all of you know, if you are a cricket lover, you would know that Sachin uses a heavy bat. He doesn't use the normal bat. He uses a heavy bat. And in the middle of his career, he was suffering from some problem. tennis elbow.
Tennis elbow.
Yes, thank you for reminding me. He was suffering from tennis elbow. All people thought that, yes, this is the end of Sachin. But Sachin did not give up. He went to England, got his, hand operated, came back to Bangalore, and he trained himself for 6 months from 6 o'clock to 11:30. 6 to 7, he used to do some certain things. From 7 to 7:30, he used to hit balls, okay? Then only half an hour, with a half an hour break, 6 o'clock to 11:30. 5.5 hours with a break of 30 minutes. That means every day 5 hours he practiced. Again, he came back to international cricket and he scored runs after runs, or centuries after centuries, and became Bharat Ratna. That means if we mind, yes, we can do anything. I would always say sky is the limit. Okay, there is no limit. Okay, even at the age of 64, I feel that there is so much to do, but I'm unable to do. Okay, whatever, there is a limit. Okay, I have only got 24 hours, and say like that. Okay, anyhow, first of all, we should believe that yes, there is a possibility for change, and say we should have the introspection. So, who am I? What am I doing? What are my strengths? SWOT analysis. We would call SWOT analysis in our commerce. Okay, at least I would say that the analysis of strengths and weaknesses. What are my strengths and what are my weaknesses? So you're a good orator, that is your strength. You're a good writer, that is your strength. You're not a good communicator, that is your weakness. Something like that. You have to analyze your own self. As a teacher, how am I? Okay. So because we do observe so many things. We observe our colleagues, we have already observed our teachers, we observe so many things, and there is a lot to be learned from everybody. Okay. Say, am I a good teacher? How I am, say, like that. Your own weaknesses and strengths. Okay. And you may be a good organizer, you may be a good motivator. You say like that. Say there are a number of plus points and there are a number of negative points or negative things. Okay. Yes, you have to sit down coolly and analyze what are your strengths and weaknesses. And if you list out the weaknesses and how to overcome the weaknesses. Say you are not a good communicator. If you are not a good communicator, how to improve my communication? Because our personality, say even personalities are classified, there are so many things. Say people are broadly classified into introverts and extroverts. Introverts may not be that good in communicating because they're always inwardly directed. Introverts. Extroverts speak a lot. Immediately they become popular teachers. Whether they teach subject or not, they become popular because of their extrovertness, whatever it is. Okay. Yes, say I'm not a good communicator. How to improve my communication? And you should have thorough knowledge of the subject you are teaching. Do I have the thorough knowledge? So because whenever students ask some question, you should be able to give the answer. Okay. And say like that, SWOT analysis or analysis of strengths and weaknesses. And you have to share with, if possible, okay, if you share your strengths and weaknesses with others, it's okay. Otherwise, to overcome our weaknesses, we should do some extra effort. Okay. Unless we do some extra effort, we cannot change ourselves. Okay. Nothing is free on this earth. Unless you put some efforts, or you cannot change, you cannot overcome your weaknesses. It's an opportunity cost. Okay. So I would say life itself is an opportunity. How do we make use of this opportunity? I say, you have to make use of the opportunity in the right way. Again, I will be telling you this about opportunity cost in tomorrow's class. Therefore, I avoid this. Just, we should be ready to do some extra effort. Otherwise, we cannot change. Here again, I would give an example of Sudha Murthy. Majority of you know Madam Sudha Murthy. He is the chairperson of the Infosys Trust, which is engaged in the social work. Sudha Murthy passed her PO in 1968, coming first to the state, and she would have taken any course, but she opted for engineering, okay? And He, say she applies to a college in Hubli, and because she stands first, yeah, I mean, Bhumi Reddy College, Hubli. Yes, I mean, because she stands first, they cannot, they cannot refuse to give a seat. And you should observe, you should understand, she's the first girl to take up engineering course, because earlier engineering course means it was meant for boys. She is the first girl to enter an engineering course in a college, and all the students in that college, 6,000 odd, were boys, and she was a girl. And the college management, tries to avoid her, but they could not. Okay, somehow they give the seat, and the principal will put certain conditions. You should come in a sari, you should not talk to boys. I'm telling you about 1968. Many of you would not have born at that time. I don't know. Okay, he puts so many conditions and admits Sudha Murthy. Sudha Murthy comes to the college for the first time, first class, and sees that the 149 boys are sitting. She is the 105th candidate, 50th candidate, and there is no seat except one seat in the front bench. She wants to sit there, but somebody has put ink. We are like that, okay? If somebody sits on that ink and gets her dress or his dress dirted, then we are happy, okay? Anyhow, she looks at that and she wipes off that ink and sits. And she makes certain resolutions. Say first she make a resolution that I will be regular to the classes. Second, I will not ask notes from my classmates. Third, I will always wear a white sari. She was wearing a white sari on the first day of her college. Therefore, she decides, I will come in white sari only. Then I will not eat sweet till I complete the course. I will take bath in cold water till I complete the course. I will sleep on the mattress till I complete the course. Okay, regularly I attend the class. I don't ask notes. I don't eat sweets. I bathe in cold water, and I will sleep on the mattress. And she follows that. And every semester she stands first. And there is a practice in the college to notify us, give a brief profile of the person who gets first place. And always she knows that her photo has been put on the notice board and a brief profile. She doesn't look at that profile. Okay, she knows, and she follows strictly, adheres to her principles. And now she is the great person known to millions of people. She has undertaken so many projects, so many social works. Okay, I don't want to details because that becomes a big story, a success story. That means unless you are prepared to put little extra effort, yes, we cannot change ourselves. Okay, and say always we label ourselves. Okay, say always we have some honest but wrong beliefs, I would say. Say people, all of us carry some honest but wrong beliefs. Say, as a boy or as a girl, you would have stood before the mirror and you would have made your hair. Okay, while making your hair, say you turn this side and you just comb and say, oh, there is no difference between who is the leading heroine. Oh, say Katrina Kaif. I'm just like Katrina Kaif only. There's one, they say she's taller than me. I may be not that much tall, but I am like Katrina Kaif or Kareena Kapoor. Okay, and you turn this side and again comb, I look like Kareena Kapoor. Okay. You cannot be Kareena Kapoor, or you cannot be Katrina Kaif, or you cannot be Salman or some other Khan. Okay. It's what I'm trying to tell you is it is your honest belief and at the same time wrong belief. Likewise, we have n number of honest but wrong beliefs about ourselves. Okay. Yes, we should get, we say, I am shy, I cannot do that. Or I don't like, or I say I'm reserved, I'm dull, I cannot do that, I don't have capacity. No. We put so many things, we assume so many things. Okay, I cannot do, I cannot perform. So we should stop labeling ourselves, okay, and quit thinking in fixed terms. We should try to think positively. Yes, it can be done. We should get away with our negative thinking, okay, negative thinking. Parachute operates or works only when it is open. Our mind should be open. We should think positively. I gave you the example of a student coming 10 minutes late to the class. If you think positively, yes, you save yourself and also the 10 minutes of other 59 students. Positive thinking. Then accept new challenges, new responsibilities. Okay, your principal calls you and gives you some assignment. What do? You try to avoid. Say you don't want to take the responsibility. Yes, you accept the challenge, you accept the responsibility, prove that you can do that. Okay, and there is a change in your personality. Automatically, you transform yourselves. You will have more confidence of doing the job. Okay, and accept new challenges, new responsibilities, prove that you can accomplish, and say negative, remove negative thoughts, and say pick up some good habits. Always think, how am I spending my time? What are my habits? Okay, you should have good habits which support you, your career, because as I told you, different jobs require different kinds of personalities. Okay, yes, I mean, you always, say always you should think that somebody is observing. Always say, even I feel that if I am standing in a bus stand waiting for a bus, okay, I would feel that, say, somebody is observing, some student is observing me. My behavior should be such that it should not be, negative. Always, wherever you are, whatever you do, always we should pick up good habits. Be conscious, and over a period of time, we will be a new person. Okay, we will be a new person, and a small change in our behavior, small change in our thought process will make us, or will become big over a period of time. Okay, it becomes a big difference. It makes a big difference in the long run, and we will be good teachers, good individuals, having the right kind of personality. I think that's enough for today's this thing. It's already 11:16. If you have one or two questions, I can answer your questions. Thank you for patient listening, and I should also thank the HRDC for giving me an opportunity. Okay. Any question? One or two questions? Okay, please.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, Vinay Kumar, sir. I am your student.
Yes.
So one question, sir. As a teacher, is it possible to change the personality of the students, weaker students?
Yes, I have already indirectly told you. Say through our behavior. Okay. Yes, you should be a model teacher. Then you advise your student. It's definitely possible to change the attitude or personality of your students. Simply say you are not working and you want students to work. No, it doesn't happen. Okay. First, we should change. First, we should be models. Okay. Normally what do we do as parents? Okay. We want our children to study. Majority of the parents put their children in a separate room and lock that room and view TV. What the child will do? It will not read. Okay. What is the serial that is coming? Say he or she will be thinking about the TV, what our parents are doing. He or she will not read. Okay. First, you should be a model. You should follow. Then ask others to follow. Yes, certainly we can change the personality of. That's what we as teachers have a greatest responsibility of shaping the society. Okay. So we have a great responsibility. That's why we are given so much of recognition, so much of respect. Okay. Guru Brahma, I told you in the beginning itself. Okay. So we have, the society, the development of the society depends on the teachers or personality of the teachers. We, through our personality, shape the personality of our students. Yes, it's possible.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any other question?
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, whether the autism, is it a strength or weakness of the students?
Pardon?
Autism, sir. Autism.
Say the student do not have any role on autism. Okay. As I told you, whether you're intelligent or otherwise, is the gift of our parents. Okay. And normally we don't teach autism students. Okay. We teach normal students. There are special schools for autism students, and the teachers are trained in a different way, how to behave or how to shape the personality or learning process of autism students. Most of us teach only the normal students. Okay, that's again relates to psychology, and we need a different training to teach autism students. Yes.
Hello, sir.
ಹಲೋ
ಸರ್ ನಮಸ್ತೆ.
ಹೇಳಿ.
ಸರ್ ಈಗ ನೀವು ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ
ಹೌದು
ಒಬ್ಬ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಲೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಂದ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಅವ್ನಿಗೆ ಸಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬೈತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ.
ಹೌದು, ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಜನ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ,
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್. ಈಗ ಒನ್ ಟೈಮ್